What's good, fam? Let me hit you with some real talk that's been popping off out of London. Drake and Kendrick Lamar just had the most intense back-to-back moments. And trust me, Kendrick straight up snatched the crown right out of Drake's hands on his own turf. Yeah, I said it. Drake came through a wireless festival trying to flex like he still runs things. But the energy, man, it was all kinds of awkward. Then Kendrick showed up a few weeks later at his Grand National tour stop and flipped the whole script, leaving Drake looking like a damn spectator in the background. So what really went down between these two heavy hitters over in London? And what does this mean for the culture? Stick around, because by the end of this, you're going to see why Kendrick's not just winning shows. He's winning hearts, respect, and the crown. Look, Drake always been slick about bending the game to his favor, right? But this time, the universe wasn't having it. At Wireless Fest, Drake rolled up thinking he was the head honcho, ready to claim London like it was his playground, bringing out special guests, setting off chants against Kendrick. Yeah, he literally got the crowd hyped to say F Kendrick Lamar like that was funny or something. But underneath all that showmanship, folks were feeling some type of way. Some of the crowd was just flat out bored, especially on the first and last night of his Wireless run. And then there was that public meltdown Drake had toward Kendrick. Had the whole OVO section looking wild and desperate. You seen that? A grown man made a mess on stage because Kendrick's name was all around and he couldn't stand it. And it wasn't just about the energy. Drake tried everything, pulling in his crew, getting Party Next Door on the U-Tour stops, attempting to make the London and Europe vibes look lit. But it still came off like a sad, watered-down circus trying to convince folks to stay. Remember, this is someone who's been known for throwing big-ass feelings behind his shows before, but this time, it was just mid, no cap. Folks came with signs not hyping Drake like usual. They were just there, waiting for the next big thing. Now, flip the page to Kendrick Lamar's Grand National Tour hitting London's Tottenham Stadium. This was a different story entirely. From the jump, his team set the tone. Before the show even started, they had a just pop-up, giving fans full access to Kendrick's musical heritage, merch, visuals, and interactive vibes that actually allow people to live through the world of his albums. Drake, man, his albums never really set that kind of atmosphere. His album covers don't tell deep stories you can immerse yourself in. They just look flashy but shallow. Kendrick's team got it right with this, building a whole universe around the music, so fans don't just hear it, they feel it, live it, breathe it. That's power. Once the show kicked off, you could see the crowd energy was on another level. People were vibing, singing every word, and even those slow jams and deep cuts had the stadium lit up. This ain't just casual noise. This was Liverpool football finals level chanting, with fans shouting Kendrick's name like he was the city's own hero. Compare that to the distractions Drake had to bring. Dave, Central C, Skepta all on stage trying to pull focus away from his weak performance. But even with all that, the fans weren't fooled. Kendrick's authenticity and skill on the mic outshined all that noise. Even the media caught on to the vibe. London's press gave Kendrick mad respect for killing it live without all the gimmicks Drake's been leaning on lately. No fancy stage tricks, no ridiculous antics, just straight up talent and professionalism every single night. Drake's shows were panned left and right, criticized for being disorganized, and even more embarrassing, he made it tough for media to cover his shows properly, which came across as petty and unprofessional, something you wouldn't expect from someone who's supposed to be a top-tier artist. But Kendrick, dude gave a polished, impactful show that left the city buzzing. His performance wasn't just about music, it was a message. The jacket he wore on night one, decked out with playing card symbols, got people wondering, was he sending a subtle message, dropping hints only real ones would catch? We don't know for sure, but it just added to the mystique and depth of the whole experience. Now, all this isn't just about who's better live, it's about what hip-hop stands for right now. Drake's been trying to do everything and be everyone, jumping styles, spinning genres, borrowing vibes, trying to be that universal artist. But Kendrick's path, he's rooted in something real and unique, honing his craft consistently. And guess what? The world is taking notice. Fans today want authenticity, culture, and real talent, not a demo tape ready to flop under pressure. And yeah, this showdown in London is symbolic. It's not just about these two sharing the stage or city. It's about hip-hop evolving and choosing its real keepers. When Kendrick opened those gates at Tottenham Stadium, he wasn't just showing up. He was telling the world who's really got the crown now. Drake tried to run away to Europe and pull out every trick, but he couldn't escape the truth. Kendrick owns this moment, and the fans have made it clear. But hold up, I ain't done yet. While Kendrick was out here solidifying his legacy with a masterclass of a show, Drake was struggling to keep it together, grasping at straws and looking more desperate than ever. And this ain't just me saying it. LeBron James just threw shade at Drake recently, which means even folks outside the music game are noticing the fall off. It's like every time Drake tries to step up, he gets put back down. Real talk, this whole Drake versus Kendrick saga is deeper than just rapping. It's a soap opera for the whole culture, showing us what real artistry looks like versus the smoke and mirrors. All right, fam. Before we jump into how this all impacts their careers moving forward and what drama might pop off next, if you're vibing with this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe right now. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. This story's just heating up, and I'm here bringing it all to you straight, no cap. So let's get into how this beef and these performances are shaping their legacies. Kendrick isn't just winning London, he's setting a new standard. And Drake, well, the king's crown seems to be slipping, and it ain't just from one city. It's from the culture itself shifting under his feet. But why? What exactly is Kendrick doing that's changing the game so hard? And where is Drake tripping? And what does this mean for hip-hop's future? This next part might shock you, so stay locked. What keeps Kendrick steps ahead is his unwavering focus on roots and originality. He's not hopping around chasing trends. He's creating a world where every project is a cultural moment, a story you can't just stream and forget. That Grand National Tour is not just a concert, it's a full-on experience, connecting fans deeply to his music and message. The production, the visuals, the pacing, it all flows like a masterclass in artistry and respect for the craft. Meanwhile, Drake's recent moves look like a desperate scramble, trying to stay relevant by borrowing styles instead of building something unique. And it's not just the shows. Kendrick's lyrical prowess and flow on stage remind folks why hip-hop even matters. He ain't just rapping, he's telling stories, owning every bar with honesty and power. That's why even slow songs on his set list kept the stadium buzzing with energy. It's respect, you can't fake that. By contrast, Drake's performances lately have been about flash over substance. Special guests come and go, but the core performance leaves fans wanting more. Readers and reviewers notice this gap, calling out his sets as boring or lackluster, which is wild considering the size of his name. But when the crowd's not with you, no amount of celebrity cameos can save the night. Real talk, the ongoing tension between these two legends is way more than personal beef. It's about whose vision for hip-hop will lead the culture. Kendrick is the torchbearer for realness, depth, and progression, while Drake represents a more commercial, scattered approach that's starting to lose steam. And the fans, they feel that shift deeply. While Drake tries to sell shots at Kendrick and run up the charts, people are craving that authentic storytelling and mastery Kendrick brings every damn night. Okay, fam, so now that we've laid down the stark contrast in their recent London performances and set the stage for this rivalry's bigger meaning, hit that like and subscribe if you're seeing the full picture here, because the next segment's going to break down exactly how this whole saga is flipping the rap game and what each artist's next moves could mean, not just for them, but for the whole culture. You don't want to miss the next part, trust me. Kendrick's momentum is wild right now. But Drake isn't done yet. What happens next could change everything, and I'm here to give it to you raw. Keep it locked. Now let's chop this up about what this whole situation tells us about the future moves for Drake and Kendrick. Kendrick's momentum is straight up undeniable right now. He's not just riding a wave, he's creating a tsunami that's shifting the entire landscape of hip-hop. The way he's connecting with his fans through these immersive tours, that's a power move. No cap. Fans aren't just coming to watch music, they're coming to feel like they're part of something bigger. And when you build that type of loyalty and vibe, it can last for decades. Kendrick's setting a blueprint right now about how an artist stays not only relevant, but respected on the deepest levels. On the flip, you got Drake running around like he's trying to put out fires without realizing half of the city's already burned down. Even outside the circle, you see the signs. LeBron throwing shade, media nitpicking his performances, fans losing patience. That's a dangerous place for someone who's built an empire on the idea of being the best. It's like Drake's stuck playing chess while Kendrick's out here mastering the entire damn board. Now, I ain't saying Drake's done. Nah, he's got too much juice for that. But his moves got to change, like fast. Otherwise, he's going to keep catching these L's. One wild piece that some folks might be sleeping on is how Kendrick's stays true to his narrative and roots. He doesn't chase the hype or jump genres just to stay trendy. Every album, every show is crafted like a thesis, loaded with meaning, visuals, and audible artistry. That kind of dedication separates the greats from the entertainers. Meanwhile, Drake's been all over the place lately, dipping into styles like he's trying to catch every wave, but in doing so, feels like he's losing his own identity. That spread thin energy just don't get you the kind of respect Kendrick's getting. Real recognize real. And right now, the culture is recognizing Kendrick Lamar on a level that's untouchable. And it's wild because this isn't just a battle on stage, it's a battle for culture, generations, and identity. Drake's been dominating charts and playlists for over a decade, but that formula is showing its cracks. People are craving honesty, complexity, and stories that resonate beyond just a club or radio bump. Kendrick's here to fill that void, and with his last run, he's proven that's exactly what the game needs right now. And not just English-speaking America, this vibe is global. The hype and chants in London, that's the international signal. It's a shift in power, and it ain't subtle. Also, peep how Kendrick's team is building a legacy beyond just music. The whole Grand National Tour experience, that's something that will be remembered, talked about, and studied years from now. The merch, the visuals, the pop-up spots. It's a full lifestyle, a culture, a movement. These are the kinds of moves that build empires. Fam, Drake's vibe nowadays is feeling more like a flash in the pan, a show trying too hard to stay relevant with gimmicks and guest appearances. You gotta ask yourself, which one's gonna be talked about when it all fades? The one who just put on a flashy circus, or the one who built a whole world? Now let's get to the heart of the beef. The back and forth between Drake and Kendrick ain't new, but what is different now is that Kendrick's quiet confidence is silencing a lot of the noise. Drake might still be trying to poke the bear with jokes and chants, but the fans, they ain't biting. It's like watching a heavyweight champ try to clown the new rising star, except the star's got the skills and the fans behind him. The stakes are higher than just flexing on social media. This saga says a lot about what hip-hop values today: authenticity, creativity, and respect. And right now, Kendrick embodies all that. Speaking on respect, let's talk legacy. Both these cats have given us moments to remember, but Kendrick's recent run is shaping how people will remember him decades from now. It's about craftsmanship and impact over instant clout or chart numbers alone. That jacket he rocked in London with the playing card symbols could be a metaphor for his strategy, knowing when to hold, fold, or play the king. There's layers there, and those details stack on top of one another to craft a legend story. Meanwhile, Drake's caught in the loop of trying to claim spots he's losing grip on. The world isn't just looking for chart toppers anymore. It's looking for artists who make moments that can't be duplicated or faked. Now, don't get it twisted. Drake's got plenty of loyal supporters, and he's not going to fold overnight, but the pressure is real, and the expectations are reaching an all-time high for what he needs to bring next. There's talk about new projects and collaborations, but it's going to take more than features or hype to win back the crown as the culture king. If he wants to flip the script, he's got to find that spark again, the real spark that made folks ride for him in the first place. It ain't about clout or beef, it's about raw artistry and connecting on a level beyond radio hits. As for Kendrick, the sky's the limit. This current tour is just the start. If he keeps building like he has been, staying true to his vision and fans, it's easy to see him dominating the culture for years to come. And maybe more importantly, he's setting a path for other artists who want to stay authentic and still win big. That's powerful for hip-hop's future, and it's a future that looks brighter when you see the kind of respect and love Kendrick's getting worldwide. So when we break it all down, this whole Drake versus Kendrick situation is about more than two rappers. It's about what hip-hop stands for right now and where it's headed. Kendrick's telling us the future is about roots, realness, and storytelling. Drake's reminding us how tricky it is to stay at the top when the terrain keeps changing fast. Fans are nosing out the fakes from the greats, and right now, Kendrick is sitting comfortably in the driver's seat of what real hip-hop looks like. Now let me leave you with this. Who do you really think holds the crown after seeing these recent moves, the shows, and the vibes from London? Is Drake gonna find his way back and flip the game? Or is Kendrick here to stay as the new king? I want to hear your takes on who's winning, not just the battles on stage, but the fight for hip-hop's soul. Drop your thoughts in the comments, don't hold back, and before you bounce, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring that notification bell, because trust me, this story ain't over. The saga between these two is just heating up, and I'll be here bringing all the freshest updates, real talk, and breakdowns you can't find anywhere else. Stay tuned, stay ready, and as always, keep it 100. We out.